So I'm sure you'll have guessed by the title of the video that today we're going to see the BETFRED Cup final. Not exactly what I'd promised. We do still get to see the Wolfsburg game, but we get to see the BETFRED Cup final instead of the Wraith game. Because, well, we got to the BETFRED Cup final, and if there's a chance of silverware, I'm definitely going to show you that game. So here it is, the BETFRED Cup final. Hello and welcome on in to 11am Sports YouTube channel, here for the Killie boys on Football Manager 21. If you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button for more Football Manager content. Monday to Friday, 11am, you get to see the Killie boys. We're still just about defending Scottish Premiership champions, at least for the next few months. Anyway, last time out, you will remember, we played against Manchester United, where we only lost 2-1, surprisingly, even though we were down to 10 men, and we beat Aberdeen 2-1. And I think you remember after that, we'd been on a fairly bad bit of form, and I was hoping, we might have turned it around slightly. We continued on with some poor performances, and we ended up losing to Dundee United 2-0. Not ideal, I know, 2 early goals, and we didn't come back from that at all. So after that point, I made a change to the system. And we played against Hamilton in the BETFRED Cup semi-final. We got a 2-1 victory. The team did not play particularly well. I'll show you the system. We played this formation here. The team did not play particularly well, but we did get the win. So I took some positives from that. We went to play Man United with it, and we ended up losing 3-0 to goals late in the second half. For them, kind of made it look a bit better than it was. To be honest, we weren't very good, but as against Man United, what do you expect? We continued playing our 5 at the back formation in the game against Motherwell, and we won that game 2-1. Again, no one performing hugely well. Bonilla got an 8.7 and Dylan Tate a 7.6, but that's because they scored the goals. The rest of the team didn't play that great. But again, maybe not playing well, but winning games. And I thought, let's try and continue this on. And it did continue on against Rangers. We got a penalty scored by Alan Graham, of all people. I know, imagine that, your record-signing striker scoring a penalty. But yeah, Alan Graham scored a penalty in that game. We won 1-0. Again, the team didn't play hugely great. There's a few folk in the sevens, particularly the defenders. But again, winning games. We changed back to our 4 at the back formation that we played against Ajax. The first time we played Ajax and nearly won that game, to play against Ajax in this game, and it worked well. We won 3-1, goals from Bonilla and Egan Riley. In that game, we won 3-1. We went back to our 5 at the back formation because I thought, let's stick with this against Hearts. And Bjorn Hardley, Jamie Hamilton, and Finn Mooney scored goals in that game. Bonilla getting an 8.4 again. The defence getting a lot of 7 ratings as well. And this is when I was thinking, this formation could be the one. We're very solid defensively. You can see when we've played the formation, just conceded a goal, 0 goals, a goal. And then in this game against St Mirren, where we drew 0-0, to be fair, we had lots and lots of chances. We had something like 20 shots to their 4, but we just could not finish, unfortunately, on that day. But again, you can see defensively we've been very solid. We've not conceded 2 goals, 3 goals, 6 goals. I mean, we conceded 3 against Man United, but that's, again, an anomaly. They've been solid, but we have been scoring goals as well. Up to this point, that we'd only scored more than 1 goal in the league, like twice or something like that. And you can see in recent times, we scored 2 goals against Motherwell, 3 against Ajax, 3 against Hearts. Let's see how many we score in this game against Celtic. We will be staying with this formation. Again, BETFRED Cup final, I mean, it's not a huge competition, it's the League Cup, but it's a bit of silverware to add to the cabinet if we can get it. And it always makes the board a little bit happier when there's silverware in there as well. So we'll play that game against Celtic, and then on the Tuesday, we play in the Champions League against Wolfsburg, which I'm very much looking forward to as well. Not because they beat us 6-0 last time. I'll give you updates on how all the leagues are looking. You see, we're now up to 6th position, actually joint 5th with Motherwell, but they've got a game in hand and they've got better goal difference than us. But you can see we're just 4 points off of 4th position and 8 points off of 3rd. We're still a long way off the top. We're not winning the league this year. But we have a chance of 3rd. That's what my intention is here. You can see our problem is we actually lose a lot of games. We before that draw against St Mirren, we hadn't drawn a game this year. We'd won 7, lost 7. But that draw against St Mirren was our first league draw. You can see in average ratings, Bonilla up there with a 7.4. He's doing very well indeed for us, and basically he'd been a one-man show for quite a lot of these games. But I'm hoping with morale increasing, the team will play a little bit better. Looking at the Champions League group, the win against Ajax actually has already cemented our position as third place, which means we get into the Europa League knockout round. Which I can't complain about at all. If I was looking at this group, I did not expect us to get out of the group, but getting to the Europa League knockout rounds from it, finishing third, is very, very much appreciated. So the game against Wolf is kind of useless, but I'll give you another game to see this this formation, and I promise you get to see Wolfsburg anyway, and you get to see goals, if anything to go by based on previous games. But let's get on with this game against Celtic in the BETFRED Cup final. Exciting. So we've got a few tired legs out there. You'll just see above my head, Kokavas is struggling for a little bit of fitness, as is Bonilla. So we made a few changes into the team, and this is the team for this game against Celtic. Trott is playing in goal because, again, he was whinging that he wasn't getting any game time, so we've given him some game time, and he's actually performed quite well in recent games, so I'm happy to keep him in there at the moment. Both Much and Trott are rated 3 stars, so it's really preference over who I want, and Trott is playing fine enough for me. At centre back, we're playing Hamilton and Hardley as usual, and in between them, Renan Augusto is the player I've chosen to play alongside them in there. Mark Spence did start in there, but didn't play particularly well, so Renan Augusto has got the shout recently. Because Kokavas is slightly tired, we're moving Egan Riley over to the left-hand side, and we'll put Logan in on the right-hand side. In midfield, playing Burton and Kastrup. The reason for that is because Velasquez is out injured, unfortunately. He's still out for another 2 weeks with his injury, which is not ideal. So Burton and Kastrup are midfield duo in there. I must say, Yao Francisco playing in midfield recently as well for us has done not bad as well. I did not realise, as I mouse over his name, that Yao Francisco's name was quite as long as that. So I'm glad that they're just calling him Yao Francisco. I tell you that. Just behind the strikers, we're going to play Finn Mooney. He's been playing instead of Dylan Tate the last couple of games, and again, I've been impressed with how he's been playing. Lukic up front alongside Graham, and Bonilla had been playing up front alongside Graham or Finn, Malcolm, depending on who we had up there. But we'll go Lukic and Graham today. Lukic had not been playing well at all, hence he's been dropped. So hopefully he might do something today. We'll see what happens. You see this formation actually. When you're attacking, I've got the complete wing backs to being attack, which means they push up really high up as wingers, basically. So you end up with 3 at the back when you're attacking, 4 in midfield, and kind of 3 up front, it works quite well. And then when you're defending, you've got the 5 at the back, 3 kind of come into midfield, and the deep line forward drops back as well. So you have 10 men behind the ball with just Graham up top, which again defensively is fairly solid as well. And hopefully you'll get to see that in this game against Celtic. Let's get on with it. So the BETFRED Cup final kicks off. They're still playing their 4-2-3-1 formation. We'll see how our formation matches up against theirs. They've got a throw in here, but Lukic has intercepted it, and the ball comes forward to Graham. But it's again back with Celtic, and you've got their right hand side. It's to Traore, and it's a good tip round the post from Trott. Very nice to remember. Traore normally causes us a bit of hassle when he plays against us. Renan Augusto gets the corner clear, and that's the end of the highlight. That'll throw in for Celtic down their left-hand side. It's thrown in towards Moise Keane. Keane plays the ball out to the right-hand side, and that's a cracking shot. But I tell you, just over the bar. I'm going to have to put my glasses on because I can't see some of the names on this screen. And we've got a couple of minutes to go until half-time here, but Celtic do have the ball. Hardly heads it clear, but only goes as far as Serolta right back, and Shorter. They're very similar names. Lukic intercepts the pass though and Hardley gets it. Plays Deegan Riley, and can we go down this left hand side? No, we come back to Hardley and we'll recycle the play over to Mooney and Burton, and back into Mooney. He's got space in the middle of the park here. Mooney, he goes past his man, he hits it, and it's just wide of the goal. A good effort from Mooney there. A nice attacking piece of play here. See, we're pressing really high up against their defenders there, but they get past the high press and they come to Koba line here, and Moise Keane is leading the line for them today, and out to Rodriguez, and it's played down the line to Guri, and can we keep it out the box? Logan plays it back to Trott, and it's found Lukic and Mooney, And hopefully we don't give the ball away here, and hopefully we can get an attack of our own. No, we lose it there, and Mauro Jr. comes away with the ball, and Guri here on the left-hand side, and Koba line. And let's see what happens here. They come in field, and they hit it. That's high, wide, and not particularly handsome. And that should take us to half-time. 0-0, a fairly even game so far if you look at the statistics. Both of us have had several shots, 5 for us, 7 for them, and the possession's about 50-50. I'm going to say I'm pleased with how things are going. Definitely, I definitely am. And we'll see how this goes on. You can see how this formation kind of works. I think we're very solid defensively. And that's one of the reasons I think we've improved our form. Jens Kastrup and Robbie Burton are both getting a bit tired, so we brought on Dakuri and Hal Francisco for them in the middle of the park. And you see, we've reached the extra time. We've reached the extra time. I didn't see a highlight in that second half, I don't think. If I did, you saw it right at the start of the half, but I don't think we saw one highlight in that. So I'm going to say, go out there and do something this extra time. It was a very boring second half indeed. Made a couple of changes though, as I said, and now Celtic have got a throw in, and hopefully it doesn't spoil our day. The ball's cleared away. Lukic can get the ball, but doesn't quite get there. Hamlin to Christian. Traore hits it from distance, and it skimmed the top of the bar, but it's still now. You can see the game's very even over there. They've got a little bit more of the ball and a few more of the chances, but still, it's 0-0, and it's anybody's game. And we've reached half time of extra time, and it's still 0-0. So we'll start the second half of extra time. I don't know what changes to make. Do I go and try and win the game now, or do I try and play for penalties? Do I bring on my good penalty kick takers? I think I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to pause the game. There's 1 minute of added time on. I think you're allowed to make a couple of changes here because we're allowed the extra one being in extra time. So Banila, how good is he at penalties? Unfortunately, it's covering penalty taking 9. Not that great. Finn Malcolm, penalty taking 7. Again, not that great. Dylan Tate, what's your penalty taking? 9. Not that great. We don't have very good penalty takers sat here in the bench. A couple of 9s in Tate and Banila. So are there any players here whose penalty taking is not anywhere near that and they can come off? Lukic there, his penalties are 8. Again, that's not hugely different. Penalty taking 11 for Finn Mooney. Now, I don't really want to take players off who've just come on, so maybe the defenders will need to come off for us. Bjorn Hardley penalty taking is 6. He is tired and on the yellow. Egan Riley's penalty taking is a 1, so he's definitely going to come off. We'll bring Banila on for Egan Riley, and we can move Bjorn Hardley out to left back, Dakuri into centre back, and we'll drop Finn Mooney into centre mid. In fact, we'll keep Finn Mooney at attacking mid. I'm talking you through my changes as I go here, and put Lukic into the midfield position there. And Banila can come on up front. Is there any more kind of bad penalty takers at the back? 6 for Cammy Logan. Jamie Hamilton is a 6 as well. Renan Augusto is an 8. I'm surprised. Bjorn Hardley, how does he do penalties? 6. Right. Do we bring on Dylan Tate for any of those players? We don't really have anyone to cover at the back if we do. So no, we're not. We're just bringing on Banila for the penalty shootout if we need to get to it. And we do need to get to it. And what excitement here for the BETFRED Cup final. We get to penalties. You can see our penalty taking is not very good. So we need to organise the way we're going to do it. Angelium scored a penalty last time. We'll stick fairly to the system. I'm going to bring Banila in, though, to take the second one. That's not quite what I wanted. The third one could get taken by Finn Mooney, certainly. Yao Francisco, I'm happy for him to take the next one. Who's got good composure? Lukic to take the 5th one. What pressure on that man to take the 5th penalty. We'll give the next one to Cammy Logan, and then Renan Augusto. And hopefully we don't need to come down this far, but I'm still going to do it anyway. Bjorn Hardley can take the next one. Dakuri can take the next one. Oh, who do we go with? The goalkeeper or the outfield player? Jamie Hamilton, obviously, and then Nathan Trott would be taking the 11th if we get that far, but I don't imagine we will. Hopefully Graham, Banila, Mooney, Yao Francisco and Lukic do the job for us. I'm going to say good luck, lads. Go out there and pull off an upset. So here we go. The first penalty, Celtic get to go first. Keane with the penalty, and it's just got past Trott. Trott guessed the right way, but unfortunately not saving the penalty. Alan Graham steps up to take Kilmarnock's first penalty here, and he slots it past the goalkeeper. 1-1. The drama of a penalty shootout. What did we expect? Nothing less than this on the Killie boys. Christie goes to take the penalty, and it's just got past Nathan Trott as well. Bonilla steps up to take this penalty. Where's he going to hit it? In the bottom corner. Never in doubt Bonilla was going to finish that one. And it's 2-2 after the first two penalties. Traore, who's normally our kryptonite, he hits it and he's hit it wide, and there's a chance for Kilmarnock to take the lead here in the penalty shootout. And it's Finn Mooney who gets to do that for us. Can he take advantage? He can indeed, right in the top corner. Come on, what a penalty. Harper here steps up to take Celtic's penalty. It's vital for Celtic. He scores it, and he doesn't. He puts it wide, and Kilmarnock just need to score one of these two penalties to win the BETFRED Cup final. Oh my goodness me. João Francisco has the chance to score this penalty for Kilmarnock here for his first season at the club. He takes a penalty and he gets it past the goalkeeper, and we are the BETFRED Cup champions. What a way to win. The boys take their walk up onto the podium and they will receive that trophy. You can see all the boys out there on the field to finish in their kits, and then everyone else in their training kit. And I step up and we pick up the trophy. We give it to the captain, and the trophy is raised. There we go. The confetti falls in blue and white for the Killie boys. And what a way to win the BETFRED Cup final on a penalty shootout. I told you it maybe wasn't the most exciting football we played when we played five at the back, but we are solid defensively and we're not going to concede against Celtic there. Something that we have done several times before, conceding lots of goals. And you can see we are celebrating as we walk around the park. All four penalties scored by Graham, Bonilla, Mooney and João Francisco, and two misses from Celtic means we win that penalty shootout. And I know I said I was going to show you the Champions League game, but you know what, there isn't much point, is there? We're already out of the Champions League, there's no need for you to see it, and I think this is the perfect way to end this episode, having just won the BETFRED Cup. So I am going to end the episode here. You can bask in the glory of Kilmarnock winning a trophy this season. We're not going to win the league, I don't think, but we've at least won something, and that is the BETFRED Cup. Yeah, I'm going to leave it right there. If you have enjoyed this episode, us winning the BETFRED Cup, please do leave it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. You get more Football Manager content every day, Monday to Friday at 11 AM. And until the next one, we'll see you then.